What's in the mind of a 20-year-old? When I was 20, I was in college. My focus was really to get a degree in chemistry and math and go to medical school. Science was not even across my mind. Now looking back, I realized there's a lot of things I should have been doing or thinking about at least. Let's talk about financial aspect of it. Obviously, my parents paid for my college. I didn't have money. And my thought process is when I finish college, I want to go to medical school, become a doctor, make a lot of money, then start investing. Well, when I finished medical school, I became a resident and I was making a little bit of money. At that point, I wasn't thinking about investment. I wasn't thinking about retirement. I was just waiting to finish my residency and fellowship and become a doctor, like set up my own practice or get a job and making a lot of money and then start investing. I could have been investing when I was a resident. I could have been investing when I was a fellow, but it didn't even cross my mind because I was looking for that ultimate big paycheck. Not realizing I was making some paycheck and I could have started doing some investment, put something away in retirement, but I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have the expertise, I didn't have anyone to guide me on those things. So I submit to you that even as a 20-year-old, even if you're not working, let's say on the holidays, you get a gift. Think about saving some of that money. When you get your first job, don't get carried away and buy the biggest car, the most expensive car. Think about retirement, think about investment. Put some of that away, no matter how small they are. You need to be aware. A lot of us don't have the mentor or someone there to guide us. We find out later on in life when we are in our 50s or 60s, but that time is it's almost a little too late. So always, seek out advice. Now that we have social media, you can get so much information online, even if you don't have a mentor around you to guide you. You need to be aware there's so much out there, you need to start learning now. Even if you don't have the ability to save or put money away, at least gain the knowledge. And as soon as the opportunity arises, you're ready. Opportunity comes every so often, but if you're not prepared, when it does come around, you miss the opportunity. So gain knowledge. Knowledge is power. No one can take knowledge away from you. So embrace knowledge. Always seek knowledge. Quest for knowledge will get you a long way. Now, that's on a personal level. Now think about, as a 20-year-old, you don't have a kid, you're not married, so you're not even thinking about family planning. You need to start thinking about it. If you get married, when are you going to start thinking about the future? So you got to think about, as a 20-year-old, what's my future going to be like? Am I going to have a husband, a wife? Am I going to have kids? Am I going to have? It's something that's going to start to creep up when you're 20, 21, 23, 25. Even though you're not ready to settle down and do all that, think about, what will I do? Start having a plan in place. Thinking about a plan. You don't have to execute any plan at that point, but thinking about it. So when you turn 25 or maybe 28, you might say, okay, I think I do need to have children or spouse in the future. What would that be like? What do I want it to look like? Your children are going to go to school. Some of them are going to go to private school and they're going to need money. It's very expensive these days to go to school. Even high school now is very expensive, let alone college. And if they want to go to graduate school, that's even more expensive. So carve up some plan. So if there are educational funds, if you have bonds, so the moment you have a child, you need to start thinking about educational fund for those kids. I'm not having you start saving money for a kid you don't have at the age of 20. What I'm saying is, when you do get married and you have your first child, start thinking about how to educate that child. That's very important. Now, if you do that, you'll be less stress on yourself. You'll be able to retire early rather than working late in life trying to support that kid through college. It's very important. We are looking at the future. The other one is more of an emotional coping skill. Now, a lot of us, when we turn 19 or 18, we're so happy we're an adult now. We're not get to the world, we're going to deal with the world, but we're not prepared to deal with the world. We find out so many different ways. We stumble, we cry, we get up, we do it again. Some of us kind of fall down, we fail to get up again because we're so defeated. Some of us learn to get up and go. We're not prepared for it. And I think that surrounding yourself with people who live the life, who are older than you, ask them questions. How do you deal with difficult situations? You leave home for the first time, you don't have your parents around you to kind of guide you, pull you up every time you fall. Now you gotta pull yourself up. So be aware, you learn that in college. If you don't go to college, get a job after high school, you still learn that at work. So I think learning how to cope with situations is very important because life is about coping. You're gonna have struggles, you're gonna have stress, you're gonna have things happen to you on a daily basis. The question of how do you cope with that, that defines how happy you're gonna be. Remember, when things happen to you, it's okay. It's only for the moment. Think about driving from point A to point B. If I were to drive from, let's say, West Palm Beach to Miami, there's going to be some road that's going to have speed bumps, potholes. I'm going to have to slow down because some areas are going to be 60 miles per hour. Some areas are going to be 20 miles per hour. Sometimes you get a flat tire on your way to Miami. Do you stop and just sit and cry on the side of the road? Or do you fix your tire or call AAA to fix your tire and keep going? So you're going to have obstacles in life. That's what life is about. You not go through this life without obstacle. The question is, how do you deal with that? When things happen, when the door gets shut, it's an opportunity to find another open door. I used to be so concerned when things don't go my way when I was in my 20s or 30s. Like, oh my God, life is... But now I realize, when I'm sitting there moping and groaning, guess what? I miss opportunity that just came through. So now I start to learn now, if something happens to me, I always think, why did it happen? There's a reason behind it. Is there something else I'm not looking at? When you look at it that way, you start to realize, a difficult situation is actually a very good opportunity for something better. Most people don't realize that. When something bad happens or some difficult happens, it's always an opportunity for a greater purpose. Always keep your eyes open. When things don't go your way, think about an opportunity that's just out there within your reach that you have to just think about. So these are the things I wish I knew how to do when I was in my 20s or my even early 30s. But over the years, I've learned. Again, you might say, let me learn by myself. Yeah, you could. But like my dad always said, it's better to learn from somebody's mistakes than from your own mistake. So if you can learn things early, it's better than trying to figure it out yourself. Why will? With social media now, we have access to more information. By years ago, to get information, you have to go to the library, pull out a card, go through different shelves to find what you needed. Information is at the tip of your fingers now. Within a few seconds, you can get information. So why not seek out this information and use it to your advantage? If you like this video, share this with your friends and family and learn to embrace life and improve upon your life. And follow me for more tips on how to be a better person and improve your life.